Hi guys, welcome to another video on the floor with me. Oh my god, I'm running out of ideas, guys, and it's only the third video since the last time I returned on this channel. God help me. Alright, so for today's video, I wanted to do a product review on something that I've done a review on about a couple of years ago on this channel. But I decided that I would do it again because my opinions on this product has changed throughout the years. I don't know how long ago I made this video. I want to say probably like 3 years ago. I was definitely still like most likely a freshman in high school when I made this, maybe even a little bit before that. But if you guys can't tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a shoe review on the Etnies Chris Joslin. I know my opinions have changed about this shoe throughout the years, and yeah, so let's go down into my basement because I don't want to film this in my room because it's a mess. So I'll see you guys downstairs. Okay, there's literally like a mirror all the way back there, like behind the camera, that way I can see myself right now. But I literally decided that I would put a background up on my TV because I didn't want it to just be like a black screen. So there you have it. This is like my budget background. But I did do a review on these about a couple years ago. But looking back and thinking back to that video, I didn't say a lot of mean things about this shoe, but I definitely remembered saying that I wouldn't buy this shoe again. And here I am a couple of years later with this shoe all over again because my opinions over the years have changed. As you know, I just kind of kept skating throughout the years. I guess my style, I guess, kind of sort of changed. Not really. I remember at the time, the shoes that I was really into skating a lot was really thin, low profile shoes. I mean, this is a pretty low profile shoe either. It's not a mid or a high top at all. It's a very low profile. It is a low profile shoe, but I was into more like the type of shoes that I was more into skating were shoes like the Janowskis, Nike SB Team Classics, Vans Slip-On Pros, the Vans Gilbert Crockett Pros. Very thin, vulcanized type of shoes. And this was the type of shoe that kind of like threw me off my game a little bit mainly because obviously when you skate thinner shoes, you have a little bit more board feel, and thinner shoes is what I've always skated for the most part of my time skating. And this was kind of like the first time I ever skated a little bit bulkier and a little bit thicker of a shoe, but it's really not too bulky or that big of a difference. I still got a pretty good board feel out of it. I guess at the time when I did make a review on this video, and there's an ad, look at that, that's I'm an idiot. So switching to a little bit of a bulkier shoe like this one was kind of like a little bit of a strange feeling for me, but over the years actually after skating the shoe, thinner shoes were starting to kind of hurt a little bit skating because one, thinner shoes don't have much impact protection, they don't last as long, and they get a little too flexible and loose to a point where my foot just didn't really feel too secure anymore. And overall, it just felt really painful to skate, especially just like skating off of stuff and like impact wise. So when I got this shoe, which was on sale on CCS, I believe when I got this at the time, I wanted to try them out again because I kind of wanted just to give it a second chance, even though in the last time I did a review on this shoe, I told myself, and I even told you guys that I wouldn't even buy this shoe again because it just wasn't for me. But I decided, you know what, let's give it a go one more time. And honestly, I ended up liking it a lot more than I did compared to the first time that I ever tried and rode the shoe and skated in it. And the reason being is because it felt like my feet was literally on clouds. Like I felt super comfortable. It felt more like I guess like a sneaker, like running type sort of comfort, if that makes sense. It was just a lot of comfort and cushion in the shoe, and I noticed that every time that I would skate off of something, whether it's off like a kicker or just or like a drop, I didn't really feel too much of the impact, and I would notice that I was less sore skating these shoes, and overall it just felt like I wasn't really tired so quickly during the session from like pushing or whatever, because like the impact protection, the comfort that this shoe gave me was not like any other shoe that I've skated. And I don't know how I missed out on that when I skated the first pair of these that I ever had, but thankfully I'm actually kind of like happy that I gave them a second try because I like the way they felt this time. Impact protection felt pretty good. It felt like my feet were not hurting during the session at all. And you know, knowing that this shoe is Michelin rubber, it was super freaking grippy in the beginning, and yet it's still super grippy to this day. I know it looks a little bit more worn out now, but this shoe is still super grippy. I've actually had this shoe for about a year now, Now, keep in mind, I did not skate every single day. If I was skating every single day, this shoe would have probably lasted me like 5 months, maybe 6. I usually skate my shoes until they're super dead and broken. I haven't even really torn a hole fully through yet of the sole. And like usually, if I was skating other shoes, the bottom right here would have already had a hole by now. I've had these for about a year, and these have not had a hole. You can see like where the spot is about to like open up, but there hasn't been a hole yet, and it still has like a lot of life left to it. And I skate Mob Grip, which if you guys don't know, Mob is like the grippiest grip out there in skating, which means that it's gonna be super coarse and really rough. And this shoe has held up very, very good with it. So that's definitely a plus for me right there. I also really like how, you know, compared to other shoes that I've skated in the past, the ankle support that this shoe gives you is really, really good. I know it's a very like low profile shoe, but if you were to compare it to like a pair of Vans or whatever, usually the shoe would only come up to about like this high, and having this extra piece right here that's made out of foam, it really supports your ankle. It makes your ankle feel comfortable, and I was less prone to actually rolling my ankle skating these shoes, whereas if I was skating shoes like the Janowskis or like Vans Slip-On Pros, I was a lot more prone to actually rolling my ankle, which thankfully I haven't done yet. But these shoes, I felt like my foot was more secure in, and like, which helped me skate more confidently, skate more better, and it just felt a lot more fun to skate as a whole in general. So you feel like you are basically secured and solid on your board, especially when I'm, you know, skating this shoe. And as simple as this shoe looks, there's a lot of like technology that was put into the shoe. Like underneath here, I don't think you guys can see it, but I'm actually gonna like set this down somewhere. I have no idea where to set the second pair. I set you on the table. So Etnies has this shoe called the Etnies Marana, and this is basically based off of the Marana, except the whole top, this is what Jocelyn said, the whole top is just basically redesigned, but the sole and everything, the last is pretty much the same. Now with the Marana, there's a rubber toe cap that is on top of the suede, and it's visible out in the open. With the Jocelyn's, the toe cap is actually underneath the suede, and once you wear through the suede, you'll see the rubber piece start to come out. I'll actually show you guys right here, this little rubber piece. I don't know if you guys can see that right now, but like there's a rubber plastic piece out here. That is the toe cap, but it's underneath the suede. I've worn through the suede, so it's starting to come out a little bit, but that's basically the difference between this and the Marana, is that the Marana has it on the outside while the Jocelyn's have it all in the inside, and of course the top is redone. He has his name on the tongue. But these were actually based off of the Marana because, you know, if you guys know Chris Joslin, he jumps down a lot of stuff, and this shoe was obviously designed for it. The Marana was designed for jumping off of stuff and just kind of like a little bit of everything, which is basically what this shoe is. It's a little bit of everything, but if you do like to jump down stuff, this shoe has definitely got all the impact protection and the impact support that you need for it. I personally don't jump down a lot of stuff, but you don't need to be someone to jump down a lot of stuff to enjoy skating this shoe. Like you could be a tech skater and still skate this shoe just as fine. You can skate transition just fine because it, like I said, it has the grip that you need. The flick on the shoe also feels really great, especially for a little bit more of a bulkier shoe. Usually I almost dropped it. Usually for thinner shoes, I found my flick to be a little bit more on point, but with these ones, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's definitely like once you get used to skating the shoe, like your flick will pretty much be just like any other shoe that you've skated before. So that's definitely a plus for me. And like, especially for a little bit of a bulkier shoe, when talking about board feel, the board feel will be a little bit different at first, especially if you're someone who did skate thinner shoes a lot in the past. Like if you were to skate like Janowskis or a pair of Vans, the board feel on those is a lot more like, you can definitely feel your board a lot more skating those shoes. But if you are someone who really likes to have that board feel where it feels like you have no shoes on at all, this shoe may not be for you, because the board feel on this one, you'll feel your board a little bit less, but not to a point where you can't like skate however you want to. If anything, this shoe actually provides the right amount of board feel for me to not only, and there's another ad again, I'm literally gonna die. So anyways, as I was saying, the board feel for these shoes is pretty much like the right amount of board feel for me. I have enough board feel to where I can flick and just skate and do my tricks the way I want to. They feel great, but it also has enough, like I said, impact protection to where like if I jump down something, I don't really tend to feel it as much, especially if I don't land on my board. And so having that to protect my feet while also still be able to feel my board and flick just as fine is a definite huge plus for me. Now, I think going back to when I first made a review on these a couple years ago, I think I talked about how I didn't like how bulky it was. In reality, once you lace these things up, they're really not a bulky shoe at all. It may feel bulky and look bulky, but it's really not bulky by much. If anything, it has like the right amount of thickness to it to, like I said, protect your feet and just overall have a comfortable skate session with these. And now for me personally, I feel like this could be like a shoe, whether it's for skating or lifestyle, because these shoes, like I said in the beginning, they give more like a sneaker type of feel. They're super flexible. They're pretty much like 80% broken in out of the box. Like I would say about 2 days just like ollieing in these, I think, or maybe just even a day if you're skating the whole day, just like ollieing in these and just like skating and pushing around in them, you'll pretty much have them broken in like in no time. So that's definitely a huge plus for me because I'm someone who does not really like to skate new shoes. These broke in faster than like a pair of Vans that I've skated in the past. These things have broken in faster than like a pair of Nikes that I've skated in the past. These are a cupsole shoe, which are generally more like stiffer, especially out of the box. With this being a cupsole and it being like super flexible, almost giving it like a vulcanized shoe feel right out of the box is a definitely huge plus because like I said, I don't like breaking in new shoes. I feel like breaking in new shoes, having stiffer shoes on my feet really hurt for me when I skate. Some people like to have really firm and stiff shoes, which I mean, like if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. But for me, I personally like to have a broken in shoe pretty much right out of the box, super flexible feel, and kind of just feel like, this is probably gonna sound weird, but I feel like a kid again whenever I'm skating in these. Just like I feel like I can skate as fast as I want to without, you know, being in too much pain. I feel like I'm not as sore at the end of the day after skating these, and I feel like I can just do pretty much anything in the shoe, especially if it comes to like me jumping down something or whatever. So this shoe is like pretty much designed for basically everything. You can skate whatever you want with these shoes and you'll be fine. Like it's not gonna affect you in a negative way. I've tried skating other shoes. I'm currently like trying to skate a pair of slip-ons right now. I might not even try to bother skating those anymore and probably just go back to skating these because honestly these feel a lot more comfortable. And you guys have seen in my videos, like the skate park that I go to, the ground is super rough and having a thin shoe skating that rough ground is not fun at all. And I noticed every time that I skated this shoe, it kind of like reduced the roughness of that ground a little bit, especially because like, you know, your board is rattling a lot on that rough ground. These shoes kind of like absorb a lot of that for me, so it kind of makes the skating experience a little bit more fun and a little bit more enjoyable, if that makes sense. So I'm definitely gonna go back to skating these, and these still definitely have like at least 2 months of life left in them, knowing how often I skate. And like, I mean, I don't skate every single day anymore, like I said. But these still have a bunch of life, at least a good amount of life left in it for me to skate it. And yeah, it's just funny how like a couple years ago when I did a review on the shoe, if you were to ask me if I would buy it again, I'm pretty sure I mentioned, like I said, that I wouldn't buy them again, and here I am skating them a couple years later. I probably am gonna buy another pair of these, except they're super freaking expensive now. Like these things used to retail for like $80, now they're like $110, which is kind of crazy. But it is definitely one of those shoes where you get what you pay for. It's worth the money. If you are someone who's just, you know, wanting to try a new shoe out or just try something different, I would definitely recommend getting these because while it is a little bit, if you're someone who does like to skate thinner shoes, I kind of understand why it's kind of a risk getting these, but I'm telling you guys right now, it is worth the money. You just feel a lot better skating these. You could go home less sore, and the impact protection on these is like incredible. It's not like any other shoe I've ever skated. So definitely gonna give these a go one more time. I'm just hoping that I'm actually like trying my best to wear through this. But the last pair of Johnsons that I skated, I ripped through the whole thing. I don't think I ripped the hole through the bottom, but I definitely knew I tore this whole thing open. And the fact that I couldn't get to do it this time is kind of like, I gotta do a little bit more flip tricks now. So, I mean, that's just for me personally. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about this shoe. There really isn't anything bad about this shoe at all. I guess unless you're someone who really likes to skate thinner shoes and you really want that board feel to a point where it feels like you have no shoes on at all, this probably isn't the shoe for you, because this does kind of like sort of take the board feel away, but it doesn't take a lot of it to a point where like it's gonna mess up your skating in a bad way.
But if you're someone who likes to jump down stuff or just kind of likes to skate a little bit of everything, this shoe is definitely perfect for you because it lasts long, it's super grippy, good impact protection, it's has really good flick, and overall it's just a comfortable shoe to wear. And I'm definitely looking forward to my next pair of skating these because like I said, I'm being for real with you guys when I say this. So every time I try to skate other shoes now, it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel the best, and every time I switch back to these, I feel like super comfortable. It feels like my feet are on clouds, and I feel like I can just like skate anything that I want to. So definitely looking forward to my next pair of skating these. But yeah, and like it's even come to a point now where I'm scared to skate other shoes because I feel like I'm not gonna enjoy it as much. But I'm probably gonna stick with this shoe for a while, hopefully. And yeah, I'm gonna toss that right there. That just shook the camera a little bit, but anyways guys, that's really all I have for you guys for today's video. I know this video was not usually what I've been posting the last couple of days, but I figured I would just kind of film one because I kind of have no ideas on what to film at the moment. I can't really skate outside at the moment too much because one, it is super freaking cold. It's getting colder and windy again, and two, the weather has not been cooperative this week. And I'm not even gonna be here like on the weekend at all, so that's gonna be great. I don't know what I'm gonna film. If you guys do want to see something from me, definitely leave a comment down below and I'll try to film a video about it for you guys. If you guys have any questions on any product that you want me to review or product to try out, comment down below so I can check it out and make a video for you guys about it. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. I'm actually gonna pick you guys up. I normally don't do my outros with you guys sitting down. If you guys do want to see more from me, you can always hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell. That way you are notified every time I do upload a new video. I'll try to do videos here at least twice a week, if not once a week. And if I'm really lucky, I'll try to do 3 times a week. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Take care. Go out there and skate if you can, or do whatever it is that you love or what makes you happy. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Peace.
Missing someone.